Te reo ererangi o te mānia. This episode was produced in Otatahi by Plains Media, with support from New Zealand On Air.
Today, Anna and I are going to be talking about some of the parenting strategies that come up often and thinking about pulling these apart, debunking, thinking about the realities of them.
Thanks for joining us for Being Real Parents with me, Anna, and my colleague and buddy,
Kate. We work in the parenting space.
And it's here where we'll talk about our worlds as parents, the good, the not so good, and the hilarious, and mix this with what we know about behaviour and psychology.
Kia ora, Anna.
Kia ora. Long time since we've been in this studio together.
I know. It's been ages.
How nice. How nice to be with you. So yes, debunking some of the stuff that, some of the kind of strategies or parenting go-tos.
Yeah.
This is like what we say compared to what they actually look like in full real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I reckon as research changes, as we learn more, things change, hey?
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I hate to say how long I've been in this field. 21 years or something. I only know that because it's the same age as my daughter. That's why I came to it, because I needed to learn fast. And, and in that time, how much things have changed. And, and how I kind of, even things that I've said in the past, and I go, oh, no, I can't believe that I was saying that.
Yeah. It is a scary thought, isn't it? I think about the fact that I was doing this parenting work before I became a parent, and although I feel like you can totally do this work if you are a parent, I think about the fact that I just really had no idea.
Giving out sound, sage advice.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Those poor parents. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. Cool. So I've got on my list, we're going to talk about ignoring, because that comes up quite a lot, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Still talked about in a lot of parenting programs as well, and kind of like, so what's said in the program compared to what it looks like in full real life.
Yep.
Emotional literacy.
Yeah.
Which people might not know that term around, but it's around children and ourselves understanding, having literacy around emotions. Understanding them and knowing some words for them and that kind of thing. And then we're also going to talk about emotional regulation as well, and which basically means our ability to, that's the common thing, is that people think that emotional regulation is being calm, calming down.
Sure.
But we're just going to talk about it as being okay with emotions and processing those in ways that, maintain their mana.
Yeah, totally. And so our plan for today is obviously to talk about these things and maybe pull them apart to think about the reality of what this actually looks like, hey?
Yeah.
And
for us as well.
Yeah, because I feel like what maybe the textbook says and what it looks like can look pretty different.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Do you want to start with ignoring?
Yeah.
What do we say about ignoring?
So, I guess it depends who you're talking to, eh? But, we often talk about that we're ignoring the behaviour, we're not ignoring the child. I think maybe further back we probably were ignoring the child as well.
We were ignoring the whole kit and caboodle until we lost it.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, that's the thing, isn't it? So say a child is going through something tough and that looks loud and it could look like them hitting us or something like that. because that's common.
Yeah.
And so what we wouldn't say in that is just ignore the whole kit and caboodle of that. So the thing to tune into, or the thing to kind of take notice of, is the emotional element and what's underneath. So we would talk about potentially holding that child, tightly to us in a beautiful uffy hug, so that they feel safe and secure. It might be that they can't cope with that, and so it's just about having you close or nearby.
Yeah.
And if they can't cope with that, just outside the door, so that you could probably still see them, or they can see you if they need to.
Yeah, for sure.
And recognizing that they're going through something tough, and letting them know that that you get it. And so saying something along the lines of, I know that this is hard for you. I can see that this is really, whatever it is, challenging, disappointing, frustrating. And I got you. I'm here.
Yeah.
You're safe with me.
Yeah. And so that's keeping that relationship intact, hey? It's like prioritizing the relationship when we're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And and you always come back to what's the learning in it, hey? Because if we continue to just ignore the child and, pop them into their room and shout from behind the door, you need to calm down, what's the learning in that, compared to staying close, letting them know that you're here, and they can come to you, rely on you. And it's that, because the key to any of us being able to support ourselves in big emotional states is our capacity to have been able to co-regulate with somebody that was really important to us in our childhoods. And even now, we co-regulate all the time still.
Yeah, totally. You're listening to Being Real Parents on Plains Media, broadcasting on 96.9 FM, streaming live and available as a podcast on plains.org.nz. So, Anna, I'm thinking about some of the other behaviours, some of those, things that we often hear about, like swearing or whinging, or some of those, I want to say lower level behaviours.
Do you now? A lower level behaviour, swearing and whinging. Okay.
I don't know if they're lower level, but they feel lower level in the big scheme of things. It's not like a huge meltdown, if you like, where there's lots of emotion. You know, that swearing where it's like...
just trying it out.
I'm trying, yeah. Thanks for putting that into perspective.
Yeah.
And if we're going to come to that, I still feel like there's a place for ignoring some of those behaviours.
Yeah.
But we can do that in a way that we still are doing that other stuff we've just talked about. So we're still present, we're still potentially, with our child in that moment, but not actually giving that particular behaviour attention.
Yes, that's right. I'm just so reminded of that YouTube clip that did the rounds, a New Zealand mama with her child at the window, and he's saying it's an effing goat. And she's saying it's just a goat. And he's going, no, it's not, it's an effing goat.
Yeah, I do know that.
And I do, and I love that. I love her response to it, that she's just trying to, let him know that it's not an effing goat. Clearly that that language has come from somewhere. He's heard that.
Yeah.
And all of our kids would have heard that, or something similar to that.
Yeah.
And so there's a complete, in that instance, there's no awareness of the word being, I don't know, perceived as naughty or bad, right? The kid's just saying a word that he thinks goes in front of goat, maybe because it's being annoying and in the garden, not sure.
It's such a good video.
It is, yeah. And but then there's that time when our children kind of recognise that they're trying that word out, and you'll see that kind of look or gaze at us, and it's going to depend on how we react to that, which will determine how they come to that again.
Yeah.
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 And so that's why ignoring can be a great strategy, because, you know, what we pay attention to, we tend to get more of.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to ignore something that can be really funny.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And so I feel like there's a fine line, right? Like even the way I described those lower intensity behaviours, because they can all of a sudden cross a line and not be in that category any longer.
Yeah.
And so it's a hard one, isn't it?
It is a hard one.
To decipher that situation.
And whinging, to me, I love the way that you call it a lower level. Because whinging to me is like fingernails down a blackboard.
Yeah.
And I can get quite dysregulated myself with whinging, because it's really hard. It just, I don't know, there's something at the back of my retina where it kind of like touches.
I do know what you mean. Especially over a long period of time.
Yes.
Hey?
Car trip.
Yeah, constant.
Yes.
Would you just stop? Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure. And I say lower intensity because I think of maybe some of the other behaviours that we do see.
Yeah.
And the fact that, it's actually not hurting anyone, or,
No.
you know, if we think about the big scheme of things. Yeah.
And the other thing is as well is that whinging occurs because in the past it's worked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want a biscuit, I want that kind of thing, until somebody's given the biscuit over. And I would deny that vehemently, but I know that I have done it.
We all have.
Yeah. And so, you know, so we have to kind of look at ourselves and go, this actually belongs with me, not my child.
Yeah.
So it might be that we can't ignore, so we're not ignoring the child in that. If they want a biscuit, you can, but it's just before tea time, you can say, I get it, you're hungry, just about to serve up tea. So you're not ignoring what's going on for the child.
Yeah.
It's just that you're ignoring the tone.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
As long as you can.
As long as you can. That's a good point, though, isn't it? Because in all of this, the emotional regulation stuff as well, is that often we're being, you know, I don't want to say triggered because that feels like too strong a word, but we're also exposed to the emotion, and sometimes that can bring some stuff up in us. Yeah, so whinging can do that, and I don't know, some types of emotions can do that as well. Anger, frustration, jealousy. You know, the how we all, not just children, behave in jealousy.
Yeah. And also where we're at on the day. Because I feel like I can ignore some of those tones. Yeah. If I'm in like quite a good space. Yeah. And like things are going okay. If I've had a hectic day and I'm feeling like I'm kind of at the end of my tether. Yeah. And something like that creeps in, I might not be able to ignore it quite so well.
Yeah, that's right. So just that recognition of who we're being and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of going, do you know what, dude? I get it. I get that you are really frustrated or really tired at the moment and you really want the biscuit. Yeah. I'm finding this quite hard at the moment too. Let's try and get through this together in the best way that we can. Let's support each other in this.
Yeah. So I guess what we're kind of saying, what I'm hearing anyway, is that like potentially we want to come to ignore, if we're going to use that as a strategy sometimes for particular things, we want to come to it really carefully, hey? And it's not something that potentially is our go-to, but is another thing we can use in certain situations.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ignoring behaviour only.
Yeah. Not the child, not the emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Tick.
Done.
Emotional literacy. This is quite a big topic. You and I have interesting kōrero around this all the time.
Yeah, totally.
And it's not like that's so interesting, isn't it? We're not debunking emotional literacy. So emotional literacy is our children having, and us having, words to describe or sort of announce how we're feeling. So being able to say that we're nervous.
Yeah.
I've got no emotional literacy.
Frustrated,
disappointed, joyful, everything, all the words,
all of the words.
But I know my perspective is that we come to this and we can see the strength of it. So the strength of it is that when we can name an emotion, or when someone can name an emotion for us, it's deeply connecting, between two people. Then the other thing about it too is that it supports our brains to be able to process more healthily. If I can say I'm feeling disappointed, then it kind of gives a release of that emotion. And if I'm with somebody that cares about me and is connected to me, they can support me in it. I'm not in it alone.
Yeah, it's validating it, right?
Yeah. I find this tricky because, I know for myself, when I am dysregulated, coming to the words is really hard, and I always wonder about what that's like for children. Like I get knowing all the words. But yeah, coming to that is tricky too. So when I'm dysregulated or when my kids are dysregulated, I come to it of tell me something. You don't have to go, I'm feeling quite apprehensive or pensive about and I'm exaggerating, you know that. Because sometimes it doesn't look like that, does it? You and I were talking before, and I've got one of my child that when they are particularly worried or nervous, anxious about something, they get particularly mean, like cruel and mean. And so working with said child on being able to just let me know what's going on for them. Yeah. But not having to say I'm apprehensive, anxious, pensive, any of those things. Just being able to say, I'm finding this tough right now. Yeah. And then that can support, that processing as well.
Yeah. And like you've already said and acknowledged, this is hard for us as adults, hey? Like, I can think of, as you're saying that, I can think of times where maybe I've been anxious or there's lots going on and I'm feeling maybe overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I haven't really recognised that that's what's happening for me. But all of a sudden I'm starting to be short with people. Like, my fuse is a little bit shorter. And, so those things are hard for us as adults.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed right now. And so we expect our kids to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But actually we're still struggling with that ourselves.
Yes. Yeah, we are. And it's so interesting because, it's not so long ago that none of us were talking about emotions. Like, no, we were just hiding them and pretending they didn't exist. And they'd come out in awful ways,
Yeah.
And then we just pretend that never happened. That was our strategy in my family. Pretended it never happened and carried on. Or, somebody would shut down and never talk to the rest of the family ever again. And I'm like, wow, so that we're so new to this.
Yeah.
So there is a discomfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is real benefits in being able to say, express, seek support with, the challenging emotions. And I guess that would be true for our children and true for us as well. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, keep noticing those emotions, keep using those words, hey? But being realistic about that with our kids, like, they're probably not going to come out and say, I am feeling very disappointed right now.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really jealous. That's why I hit my friend.
Just so we're all clear on that.
I mean, there's some that we just don't even kind of acknowledge, do we? Jealousy is one of those. We don't want to talk about being jealous.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Feels icky.
Yeah, it feels okay. Envious, yeah. Isn't it like a mortal sin? I don't know. I'm not allowed to.
All right. So emotional regulation, this kind of flows on, doesn't it?
Yes. So all of this is to support emotional regulation, hey?
Yeah. So thinking about our own emotional regulation within this too. And the reality. Like, I think often when we talk to parents, we have this corridor, we talk about things that we're going to support our kids with. So maybe that's, puku breathing, all of those things that we, talk a lot about. And we think that we're going to go away and teach our kids this, and then they're going to be pros at it, and they're going to do it straight away.
Yeah. As soon as they feel that frustration,
yeah,
they'll be off doing some deep puku breathing.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah. And I mean, even as ourselves, as adults, once again, super hard to do in that moment. So although we've got lots of tools, and I think, once again, we need to keep teaching our tamariki these things. It's not about not doing that, but also being mindful that it's going to take time, and that it's going to not always look how we envision it's going to look in that moment, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we talked about co-regulation being the way and the means that most children will come to supported regulation of their own emotions, yeah? And so they do need us in it.
Yeah.
And so for me, lots of learning in this, where I've, become really dysregulated when my children have been dysregulated, which that helps nobody, is actually working on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing lots of work on what supports me. What do I need to do in those moments? And then and knowing that if I'm okay, they're okay. And when I'm not okay, naming that before I get to a point where I am where I'm not happy with the way that I'm reacting, behaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much power in that modelling, hey, that they're seeing us do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Super hard. Yeah, so hard. And then the other thing is that just come back to, if you've behaved in a way that you're, not happy about, and you rather than ignore that and pretend it never happened, repair it. Go back and say, do you know what, dude? I wasn't my best in that moment, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Because again, what is our child learning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they learning that when I express this kind of emotion, it's pretty unsafe for me and it's pretty unsafe for mum? Or is it that mum has emotions too? She finds them hard. Sometimes we can support each other in that. Sometimes it's too hard for both of us, but we will always come back to each other. If anything that we have talked today as professionals in the field and as parents sounds like you, and you'd love to talk more about your parenting journey, we're here. We provide coaching and support, and it's our favourite thing to do. So please get in touch with myself or Kate. Our email address is anna@realparents.org or kate@realparents.org, and we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us today.
We hope you've learned that while parenting is challenging sometimes, that's totally normal. It's been fun having you with us. Keep being amazing.